What is up everyone, and welcome to part 2 of my 100 knife and glove combos. If you haven't seen the part 1, please check it out. The video will be linked at the end of this video, or you can simply go to my channel and you will find the video there. Without further ado, let me start off with another 25 knife and glove combos. And again, you know what to do. If you enjoyed, drop a like and subscribe. Next up, we have nose gloves combined with a skeleton scorched black gem. Now it's not fully black gem, just like the stiletto, but it is quite close enough. Looks absolutely stunning. Again, any black gem works. If you like a full black gloves on black knife combo, then definitely a scorched black gem is your way to go. Again, they are rare, they look absolutely stunning if you like the color black, obviously, and you will definitely not go wrong if you decide to buy this combo. Up next, we have Nox combined with an M9 vanilla. Now in this case, any vanilla works. I just picked the M9 because it's my favorite knife in the whole game. Again, the handle pairs perfectly with the Nox gloves, and which makes the blade stand out even more. This is your classic look, you know, maybe you play COD. This is your classic look. You usually have black gloves and the knife looks exactly like this. A vanilla is pretty much a replica model of a knife, how the knife looks in real life. And lastly, for Nox gloves, we have them combined with a skeleton Doppler phase 1. Now, same as the rare gems, any Doppler fits with Nox gloves, any marble fade, any fade, as long as you have the black handle, it definitely works and it looks absolutely stunning. Why you use these gloves is pretty much to make the gloves like not stand out, which makes the blade stand out even more. Looks absolutely stunning. Up next, we have slingshot gloves combined with a Talon Slaughter. Classic. The slingshots are definitely your best gloves for a slaughter knife. Why the Talon is because its ivory handle pairs nicely with the yellow accents on the slingshot gloves. Looks absolutely stunning, and again, slaughter finish pairs amazingly well with slingshots, just because I think it's 1-to-1 in terms of color tone. Looks absolutely stunning, and again with a Talon, it's probably your best choice, unless you don't like the ivory handle for some reason. Up next, we have slingshots combined with a Talon Ruby. Or maybe you don't like the slaughter, you could go for Ruby. It's a bit darker, obviously, it doesn't pair 1-to-1 in terms of color tone, but it still looks good, especially with the ivory handle once again. Looks absolutely stunning if you like the more darker red. Next up, we have Omega gloves combined with an M9 bayonet lore. Now the reason why I picked the M9 is because it has a huge blade which starts off from this dark yellow and goes slightly up to the bright yellow. It matches incredibly well with the gloves, and to be honest, it's probably one of my favorite lore combos. I don't think there's a better combination. These are definitely the best gloves for a lore combo, and it's probably the best knife. And again, I say this because I love M9s. There is no better knife than an M9 bayonet. Up next, again, we have Omega gloves combined with a Karambit Tiger Tooth this time. So maybe you don't like the lore knife and you want to go for a Tiger Tooth. Well, these are one of those gloves where you can combine it with a Tiger Tooth knife. Looks okay in my opinion. Matches decently in terms of color. If you like it, you should definitely go for it. It is a good combo, but personally, I don't like really pairing these gloves with Tiger Tooths. There are way better options in my opinion. And again, we have Omega gloves combined with a Karambit vanilla this time. Now let's say you want to ignore the whole yellow color. You don't want to pair it with anything like a Tiger Tooth or a lore, and you just want to focus on the silver color on the gloves. Well, then you should go for a vanilla knife. In this case, I went for the Karambit just because it looks the cleanest in my opinion. I mean, pretty much any other option works, but I think a Karambit is probably the cleanest knife here. Looks absolutely insane. If you just want to keep it a bit yellowy, then this is definitely a combo to go to. Looks clean, simple. Next up, we have a combo that I previously shown in my videos if you have watched them. HMH gloves combined with an M9 black lemonade. Now, you might call me crazy, but this combo absolutely slaps. Why? Well, first off, there is no knife that pairs 1-to-1 with this lime green color on the hedge mazes. And second of all, if you ignore the lime green color on the gloves, you have a black and white. What pairs with black and white? Well, a black lemonade. Therefore, we have this combo. Looks absolutely stunning. If I could afford these gloves, I would definitely do this combo. I wouldn't go for an emerald because it really doesn't pair perfectly, and it doesn't look that good to be honest. Next up, we have Arid gloves combined with a Talon knife case hardened gold gem. In this case, the pattern is number 895. Why I went for the gold gem? Well, obviously to pair it nicely with these yellowish gloves. Now, why I went for the Talon? There's really no specific reason, but I kind of wanted to pair the lighter yellow colors on these gloves to pair it a little bit with the handle. Ivory handle matches decently nice, so I think a Talon is probably your best bet. Now, keep in mind, gold gems will be overpriced, not as expensive as blue gems, but still, if you want them, you will pay a pretty penny compared to the usual patterns. And next up, again, we have Arid gloves combined with an M9 bayonet lore. Now, this is a case where if you don't like Omega gloves, you could go for Arid gloves. I say Omega gloves pair the best with floor knives, and I think you can see why. The Arid gloves don't have even a remotely close color tone that matches nicely with a lore knife. That is my opinion. I just don't like the contrast of light colors versus bright colors and dark colors. Next up, we have big game gloves combined with a stiletto tiger tooth. Now, big game gloves are definitely your best choice for a tiger tooth knife, and the reason why I picked the stiletto is because it has a brown handle. Almost replicates the big game pattern that you see on the top of the gloves. Looks pretty much identical. Pairs absolutely nicely, and the yellow matches almost one-to-one with the orangey yellow tiger tooth finish. Realistically, even a talon, because the ivory handle matches with the white lines on the big game gloves. So I would recommend these gloves and this combo specifically for people who want a tiger tooth and don't mind the stiletto, the small knife. Now next up, we have again big game gloves, this time combined with a high float rust coat. In this case, again, I went for the stiletto because of its brown handle, but you can see the idea. In this case, you want to ignore the white and the orange and go for pairing with the brown instead. Still, the combo looks nice. I'm not a fan of the brown color, but still, if you like brown, this is a creative way to combine it into a combo, and to be honest, it looks pretty decent. Next up, we have again big game gloves, but this time specific pattern 189 combined with a skeleton urban mask. Now, you definitely saw this combo before because it's really popular and it's extremely overpriced, this pattern for the gloves. As you can see, the lines match perfectly. Obviously, you want to go for an urban mask, a white knife. It looks like it's a part of your glove. It's like an extension of the glove. Looks pretty cool, but to be honest, is it really worth so much overpay? Next up, again, we have big game gloves, but this time pattern 537 combined with a talon urban mask pattern 161. It's the same principle like with the skeleton. In this case, you pair almost straight line, you pair it with a talon urban mask, and again, it looks like the lines are connecting. And again, if you like this type of creativity, you could go for this combo. You will probably pay less than on the skeleton combo. Next up, we have the classic combo, Crimson Web gloves combined with that Ursus Crimson Web. Not much to say here, it's a classic combo, and this is pretty much to show you that pairing Crimson Web on a Crimson Web knife looks nice. You could go a step further and try to pair the webs to match, but of course it's a bit harder and you will probably pay a bit overpay, especially on the gloves. On the knife, probably not so much. Next up, we have the same gloves, Crimson Webs combined with a Karambit Ruby this time. There really aren't many gloves that pair nicely with Ruby knives, but in this case, Crimson Webs pair incredibly well because they have this also dark red color that matches one-to-one with a ruby knife. Now, why I went for the Karambit is because it has the cleanest look to it. The handle also matches nicely in terms of color tone with the inner palms of the gloves. Next up, we have Marble Fade gloves combined with a Karambit Marble Fade, specifically pattern number 412. Now, as you know, or maybe don't know, Marble Fade gloves are not pattern based, so there really isn't any patterns. They're fixed. They always look like this. So what can you do? You can change the knife around. So in this case, this is a kind of very nice, not quite, but it looks good. So this is if you want to pair red on blue. If you like the red and blue color tone, looks absolutely nice. You pair it with the right glove more. Next up, we have the same gloves and the same knife, Karambit Marble Fade, but this time pattern 391. Now in this case, if you don't like the red and blue, you have blue on yellow. So this matches it with the top part of the gloves. As you can see, the left glove is identical. It has blue in yellow. Next up, we have again Marble Fade gloves, this time combined with a Bowie Doppler Phase 1. Now the reason I picked the Bowie is because it has different colored accents on the handle. Well, I'm sure you can see why. It has the exact same colors like the Marble Fade gloves. And to be honest, you can do it with any knife. But I think the Bowie shines the best just because it's a huge blade, and again, the handle color does have different accents. Next up, we have Mogul gloves combined with an M9 Urban Mask. Now in this case, I picked the M9, again, because it's the best knife in the game. And obviously, you could go for other knives if you don't like the M9 for some reason. It would be crazy to not like it, but if you don't like it, you could go for other knives. These gloves are a bit hard to pair with. You don't really see them that often. So what I did is I ignored the mishmash pattern of like cyan, blue, and white on the top of the gloves, and I went for the inner palm color. That's like this silvery white, I guess. Next up, we have the same gloves, Mogul gloves, this time combined with a Karambit Gamma Doppler Phase 1, preferably Diamond Gem, but either way, it looks fine. I don't think this combo really gives it 100% shine. Now this is a bit darker pattern on the Karambit. Still looks nice. But again, I don't really like this combo just because, you know, gloves look so bad, in my opinion at least. They don't really look that good. And the knife shines absolutely insanely well. And lastly, for Mogul gloves, we have Shadow Daggers Doppler Phase 4. Now, In this case, shadow daggers are held in a way that you see your inner palms most of the time. So what should you do? Since the inner palms are this dark blue, they pair the best with a Doppler phase 4. And obviously, again, shadow daggers are held in a way that they show you the inner palm the most. So this is definitely the best combo if you want to pair those. And to be honest, it looks pretty good if you don't mind the shadow daggers. Next up, we have Field Agent gloves combined with an M9 blue steel. Again, an M9 because it's the best knife in the game. And it's a huge blade, so the blue steel really good, looks good on this. In this case, I wanted to pair it with this dark blue that dominates the gloves, so I went for a blue steel. Looks absolutely stunning, and a blue steel finish is really not that expensive, neither the gloves are, so I think this combo is really nice for people who like this, and a meteorite dark blue, if I could say. And lastly, for the Field Agent gloves, we have Karambit Marble Fade, specifically a Piston Ice pattern, which means blue and yellow or yellow and blue. Why? Because, well, you have on these gloves blue and yellow or yellow and blue. It's definitely a creative way to match a marble fade. Now, you don't have to go for a karambit, but you should go for a smaller bladed knife. Again, the gloves are not expensive. The knife you can choose for yourself. You could even go for a talon because of its white handle, ivory handle. Looks nice with the white details that you have on these gloves. So there you have it, guys. Those are another 25 combos for you. If you enjoyed, again, drop a like and subscribe. And of course, if you keep up with the support, I will make part 3 and part 4. And then we will have all of those 100 combos together. Thank you everyone for watching, and I will of course see you in the next video. Peace out.